Hey everyone, and happy Mortgage Tip Tuesday! That's right, it's your girl, hashtag JLoan, and I'm coming at you with another tip, another bit of helpful information to try and just educate you about where we are in this market and what's next, right? So the big question that I get all the time is now the worst time to buy a home? Okay. I did post yesterday. Sorry, my camera's all over the place, but I did post yesterday about our journey in homeownership and what that has done for our family and the equity that we have that we can use if we need it, right? To do a remodel, to pay for a college education, to buy a new car, to consolidate debt. All of that equity that we have is available for us to tap into if we need it, okay? So when someone poses or says, hey, now's the worst time to buy and all of the negativity that comes with it, I am going to throw questions back at you, okay? So the number one question I'm going to ask is, well, does it make sense for you to buy a home? No, I don't agree that everyone should own a home at this present time because it has to make sense for them financially. Because owning a home, it's a big investment. Okay, it's a big ownership, and there are costs that come with it that you have to be ready for, okay? So the big question that I always ask, well, does it make sense? Can you afford the payment? That's one. And still pay down debt and save money? That's the question. Can you afford the payment? Can you still pay down debt? And can you still save money? If you can answer all three of those questions as a yes, then now is a better time than ever to buy a home because of where we are in the market. Buyers are buying homes at lesser sales prices, seller concessions, seller repairs. There's not a lot of competition out there for you. So yes, I say if you can meet all three of those, it is a perfect time for you to buy a house, okay? Now, the next question that says, well, what if values drop, right? Well, anything you invest in, right? I mean, when you bought your new car, you drove off the lot and it lost its value, but car lots are empty, right? So it just becomes that historically, housing or the mortgage market is an up and down market, but long-term is still one of the best and safest investments that you can invest in. Again, if you revert to my post from yesterday, I talked about the journey of what we owned and how long we've held on to it and what type of equity we have. The biggest thing is long-term for us. Short-term, we would have lost money, but long-term, we gained money. So it's just a matter of, do I believe you should buy the home and expect to sell it next year for more money? Maybe not. But if you're buying this home and you plan to live in this home for 5 to 10 years, I do expect the values to continue to rise. And even if they drop, if you're not going to sell, why does it matter, right? Because housing historically is known to go like this, right? It goes like this, but the wave always kind of goes up, okay? Now, the biggest one, right, that why people are so negative is interest rates are, and it says, they say interest rates are high. I like to say higher than what you're used to, right? So I don't consider myself old. I consider myself getting older, right? It's just where we are, right? So I put here revert to number one, right? Because at the end of the day, can you afford the payment, still pay down debt, and still save money? If you can still answer all of those, I'm not even really sure why interest rate is of a concern. But keep in mind, there are programs for you to have lower interest rates if that's important to you. One, you can buy down your rate. Two, there's temporary buy downs. There's things that as a seller, that if you want to sell your home that we have here, in which you can permanently buy down that interest rate for your buyers. There's ways for you to get lower interest rates. And I know a lot of people say it, and not that I really enjoy the comment of date to the rate, buy the marry the house. People say it. It actually annoys me, if I'm being real. I just don't like it because I think it's very important, because I want to be real with you that you don't know how long you have to date that rate, right? So at the end of the day, you have to be very comfortable with number one. Can you afford it? Can you still pay down debt? And can you still save money, right? So because I can't predict the future, I just don't know when rates will go down. So you have to be really comfortable with dating for possibly a while. And would you be okay with that? Do I know over the history of this year makes 18 years in the business that rates go up and rates go down? Yes, I do. But keep in mind, with refinancing comes having to qualify again. The market has to make sense because you got to have the equity in order to refinance, and you have to re-qualify again on some programs. So it's not like you're guaranteed to be able to refinance, because everything has to make sense. So although I get the comment, there's more to it. And I say, you gotta be not looking for that ring in a year, right? You have to be comfortable with number one. And that, again, I hate to keep reiterating it, but does it make sense? Can you afford the payment? Can you still save? And can you still pay down debt? Again, if you can answer yes to all three of those, then you should consider not renting, but owning your home, starting to build equity, creating financial freedom, and just having utility in your own home, leaving something to your family or your kid. There's so much that you can do with home ownership. And again, yes, I'm a loan officer, and I do want everyone at some point in their life to own a home, because I believe in home ownership. So again, please don't take this as you must buy a home right now. I'm just telling you, in this market, if and when the rates do drop, if you're considering or on the verge, you're going to put yourself in a situation where there's more competition, there's higher prices, and forget asking the seller for anything. And you will pay over the asking price. So just consider it. And if I can help you kind of think through your thoughts and answer the questions or the concerns that you may have, again, this is a free consultation. I don't have to pull an application. I don't have to pull your credit. This is a conversation, a beginner conversation, to help you figure out what your next step is. I'm happy to help you. 817-601-5456. It's your girl. Hashtag JLoan. I'm happy to help you. Until next week, I want you to be safe. I want you to stay blessed and have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye-bye.